Hi everyone, my name is Anita Sharma and I welcome you all on Importer Media. Today I'm going to be with Professor Satish Kumar. The year 2020 had been very challenging for many of us, but for Professor Satish it had been an amazing year. He published close to 24 papers, 3 A star and 21 A category publications. He is currently working as an associate professor of finance at MNIT Jaipur. He did his PhD from IIT Roorkee and is an expert in bibliometric analysis. In this video, he will share about his journey, his life, his strategies to publish, and many more untold stories. Before moving further, I request you all to please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that notifications of Import Hub stories and research stories reaches to you as soon as we release any new interview. Now let's go to Professor Satish and hear him out.
Thank you, Anita, for introducing me and having me on this, platform. It's really a pleasure, interacting and sharing whatever story I have about me, and so that we all can get benefited in academia. I believe academia is very small, and sharing is, caring, as we say. Here, sharing increases your knowledge. So, with that background, I thank
Thank you so much, sir. Before talking about your research, I really wish to know. In our informal conversation, you mentioned about your small town experiences, your experience in Kurukshetra, your experience of your earlier qualification and education. Could you please share more about that?
As you mentioned, I come from a small town, not even a town. Near to town there is a village. So if you have an idea of North India, like place called Kurukshetra, which is a land of Mahabharata, although very historical place. 5 miles from there, that town, a small village is there. So I was born and brought up over there in a very humble family, farmer's family. My father is a farmer, my mother is a homemaker. So story started there. I was born in 1980, born and brought up there, and did my schooling from government schools. Okay, and then moved to a satellite town near to Kurukshetra, where I did my higher education. Particularly 10+2, I completed over there. During 10+2 or senior secondary, I was fascinated by number, business, dynamic changes which was happening in commerce and trade. So I did +2 commerce, and then I thought of making my further higher studies into commerce and management only. So I moved to Kurukshetra University. So it's a very old university. So I did my graduation, Bachelor of Commerce in year 2000 from there. Then subsequently I did Master of Business Administration also from same place. In 2002 I completed, and then during my graduation and my post-graduation MBA, I realized there is a teacher in me, because I used to teach my friends, neighbors, those who were having commerce or accounting as a phobia subject. So they used to come to me and seek some help. So I thought, why not me to choose this profession, as it's a noble profession. So you hear a lot of, when results comes out, so you hear a lot of praises about you. So I thought of making this as a full-time career. And then I seriously started thinking of, okay, so I won't go into corporate. I was offered a job during my MBA in Cipla Pharmaceutical. So I decided not to join. And I said, okay, I'll be going to my, faculty. I'm going to become a faculty. So my teacher who were there in MBA program, they said, yeah, you are a perfect case. So they said, they motivated me more. So it's like dream come true. They offered me first part-time job over there. Then for 3 or 4 years, I was teaching in a private institution near to Kurukshetra or my small towns in private B schools. 2005, I moved to Chandigarh. Again to a private institution over there, worked for there 2 years. And then I thought, hey, I'm doing since last 4 or 5 years all these things. So I need to do something different if I want to go forward to this, world. So University Business School was there, which was, at that time during 2007, you need to hear a lot about UBS, a prestigious institution there.
Punjab University.
There was no IIMs. By the way, that time there was no IIMs in North India. So like we have nowadays. So UBS used to be considered as good B school. So I used to meet faculty over there, and they said you need to, if you need to move forward, you need to go for higher education, that is PhD, doctorate. So I started seriously thinking about this research as a career. I wrote JRF in 2008. I qualified junior research fellowship. So I qualified that in first attempt, and then I applied to IITs. Couple of IITs, IIT Delhi and IIT Roorkee. I got IIT Roorkee call first, so I went there. I was selected and I was offered so a seat. So I said, okay, let me go and join Roorkee. So again, Roorkee was 3-4 hours from my village. So it was like direct bus is there. So you go there, weekend you can come to home and all that. So by that time I was married. So I was having 4 month, my son was 4 months old. So many of friends said, hey, what are you doing? You are a father now and you are going to become a student again. I said, yes, I want to take this challenge up. And I quitted my private job, which I was doing in, Chandigarh. I joined IIT Roorkee. 2008, 2011, I completed my PhD. Sooner after in finishing my PhD, I was interviewed by Australian University, Swinburne University of Technology. I was offered a position over there as a senior lecturer for Malaysia campus. So they have only one international campus. So I went there, worked for around 1.5 years over there. During that time only I realized, hey, this is what research is value more. You have more value over there, particularly in Australian University. So when I was interviewed by Australian University, they mentioned me that you have 4 papers and all of them are ABDC category, and that was a probable reason for scrutinizing your application. So that's the first time I realized, and so my publication started right during my PhD only.
So now you are at MNIT Jaipur.
Yeah, so 2012 I came back to India and I joined this institution. And since 2012, I am here. Currently, I am an associate professor in Department of Management Studies, MNIT.
Jaipur is my hometown, sir. I belong to Jaipur.
Oh, great to know that. So,
I have been to MNIT a lot of times. I did a course from there long back in 2001, in fact. Okay, so tell me how 2020 is a special year for you. It is really overwhelming. I see every day your LinkedIn update. So tell me, how did it happen and when did you start? When did you create your pipeline?
As you rightly mentioned that, publication is not a day or month job. Probably it is a efforts of, sometime few months, sometime even years also. So the story started somewhere in early 2019 when I was reading literature. By the way, I have another passion which I do every year. We organize a research school here in MNIT Jaipur, which we are organizing since last 5-6 years now. So during that research school, so I used to take 2-day sessions on systematic literature review, how to publish, and that become my passion, So there I used to conduct, systematic review of literature, resource discovery, and all those sessions. So I was, searching a literature for my workshop. One of the workshop, which was I was supposed to deliver in another institution. So I come across a paper which was published, in one of the leading journal. So and I come across this term called bibliometric. So they say bibliometric is also one of the way through which you analyze literature. So it was then when I started. So then I said, okay, let me take out this paper and read it. I went back to from where this bibliometric has come. So I went to this bibliometric story. So I discovered it is a very old concept of 1969. When Pritchard published a paper in Journal of Documentation, which is a journal by Emerald Publishing. So I read that original paper and I tried to understand what this methodology is all about. I discussed with one of my friend. I considered my research scholar as a team or friend, more not like student supervisor relationship. So I consider they are team member, with you. So we discussed together. We had a discussion. Yeah, this is another way. So we were doing a paper on systematic review. So I said, okay, why not to test this methodology in this paper only, which we are currently doing. So we said, okay, let us work. So we were not having any idea, let me be very honest at that time, what software we can use, what is this all about, what measures. We started digging out. So as we know, you dive more into and you get to know how deep the water is actually. Same is here also. So I started digging out literature. So you used to get a lot of stuff. You stuck there, you go to YouTube, you write people. I wrote to the authors, how did you do that actually? And a few replied, few didn't reply, which normally happen. So we move forward and we got a first success. Okay. So, and then I was thinking one day and I was talking to, myself, not to anybody. So I was talking to myself, hey, why not to take this technique as a seriously and, try something entrepreneurial. So I named it entrepreneurial because I said I had a big plan at that time when I started. So I said, okay, why not to consider, those journals which are celebrating their anniversary, let's say 30 year, 20 year, 40 year. In fact, the first paper which I read on this, particular issue was on journal specific. So then I thought of, penning down how to write a proposal for this, how to approach it. Because why I said entrepreneurial, the risk was huge. As in entrepreneurship, there is a huge risk. So you know very well actually how risky proposition it could have been for me. So I said, hey, I'm going to do general specific, but this is going to be either yes or either trash, to be very honest. So I need to consent something. I need to, calculate that risk and take a calculated, step towards it. So I drafted a proposal. I contacted one of my co-authors with whom I'm working since 2015. So Professor Kent H. Baker in American University. So I contacted him. I said, how about this idea? He took few days and he said, okay, the idea looks very interesting. Can you send me some more paper related to that? He said, I said, yes, I can send. I shared with him. I was already having by that time 50, 60 research paper, which I downloaded and I was going through. So then we said we conceptualized it. We did a trial. So we went to a journal. First journal which we approached was Global Finance Journal. By that time when we approached it, it was a B category journal, but sooner 2019 list came. So it was upgraded to A journal, and which was a long due for this journal. I worked very hard with the editor and along with Professor Kant and one of my PhD student to colleague here. So we worked very hard on that first piece, and editor was very kind enough. So he also, supported us a lot with a lot of data and all. So, and then we got a confidence we can do it. So we got a first piece with us, first product launch, as we say. So we got a first product launch by that time. And then I said, yes. So then I said, why not to take it as a large scale production now? Let me be very honest. That's what my plan was. So we contacted around with this, we made a standardized proposal. We contacted almost around 50, such journals. So challenge was first identify those journals which are celebrating anniversary, which have just completed anniversary 1 or 2 years ago, maybe 2018, 2020 likely to be. So we identified those journals, we approached them. Few we never heard of, few were very straightforward. They said, no, we don't like this idea. Few were very welcoming. So we got success, we started getting success. So if I say we approached 5 of them, so we got a success out of those 5, 1. So our hit ratio was, as good as 20%. So we said, okay, let's move ahead. And then it was like we got a big journal, what we call it, Journal of Corporate Finance. Okay, again with Professor Baker, again, Journal of Corporate Finance was coming up with a special issue, 25 year of JCF, Journal of Corporate Finance. It is a A-star ABS score journal by, Science Direct. So we approached Douglas Cumming, who was the editor at that time. Currently, also I think he is the editor. So we worked again with there. We got a lot of criticism by reviewers as any other paper. But we approach editor a priori with that background in mind, that do they like this idea or not? Because if this paper is not liked by editor, it will not have any home. So we have to just throw it in a trash. So that was the risk, and that's why I referred it was entrepreneurial. And then it was like, like going forward. Then I approached JBR, and after I did JBR, I got few many other projects, and we keep on working. So frankly speaking, last almost 2 year, close to 2 years, we have been working very hard. We have been working. We faced rejection also. Even then, there were editors who said yes, we will be interested in this idea, and we prepared paper, and then eventually we hear negative news. Mm-hmm. And as I said, our fear was, if this is a negative news, this will not go anywhere. Unlike other paper which you can try in other journal. Mm-hmm. But this paper was only that. So we started working on, journal specific theme. And I got I is nothing for me. We got a very good, success in that. So last 1 year or say, if I was counting today, before this interview, so there are 35 or 36, papers which we got this year, out of which, 4 are A star, around 20 are, A category, and few are B also. We did it for C journal also. So this is the journey. I am enjoying this journey. Now we are trying to bring more variety, new variation to our product. That's our offering. So we are working very, very hard how to, bring little bit of innovation into our work. So we are working, and we are getting. And I'm happy to share, even we got some FT50 projects also, which are in pipeline. We are about to submit. Few we have submitted. So it has been a very amazing year for me. But as I said in the beginning, this is not this year. You see the amount of work which we started at the back, and like any other profession. So you do a lot of work, background work, and then you come with this. But good thing is that, satisfying thing is that, I'm getting success, which is a good news for us, which give a push to you. So it's like a fuel. We are getting, and fuel is there, so we move forward. That's how the story has, it's a very humble story. Nothing special I have done. Sitting here in this MNIT, having access of, few databases, working in a close group of people who are, like-minded, energetic, ready to work hard, and that's how the story goes out. And I believe everybody can do it.
I can totally understand. It's an entrepreneurial venture for you. And if I ask you, because we always have a vision. If you are saying it entrepreneurial, we always have a vision. So can you share us about your vision?
Yes. So my vision is, let me tell you, I have a project as on date from journals and journal editors and editorial team, which I will be working in 2023-1. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I have few commitments, or sort of yes from editors. Those who say, okay, we don't want this paper to be here, but can you wait for 2 years down the line, maybe to 2023? So that's what. A, this is one. And B, apart from general specific, so I'm now moving to theme specific issues. Okay. So and I'm combining this methodology now with systematic literature review, narrative review, critical review. Like one of the bigger projects which we have started, very recently, where we are 7 authors from 5 different countries. So we'll be taking that project, and our, let's say our target submission is somewhere in 2022, early 2022. So my immediate plan is that now as I have already experienced now A category, A star. So I'm now aiming for FT50. So 5 years down the line, I see in my portfolio working with the team of like-minded people with whom I'm working, and my network is expanding. Amazingly, I'm working with very reputed people of my area, and management professor which I only heard of, and I've seen their books actually, or their article. Never met them, but with the God grace, and hard work we put into. So we are going to them, and they are very welcoming. So 5 years down the line, I see I should have at least 5 FT50 with me in my portfolio. That's what I'm
Amazing.
aiming for as of now.
Amazing. So it's like the whole universe is conspiring to help you to achieve your vision for another 5 years. Okay, so interesting thing is that people who want to have this kind of portfolio in their lifetime, you have already achieved it. So when do you want to retire?
I believe a teacher never retire. So
Yeah.
I want to see myself, although it doesn't look nice, saying so, but I want to work till my last breath, working and helping, and if I can guide people, work with people closely. So my real internal vision is, is so I will never want to retire. Formally though the age is 65 for retiring, but I said I will never retire
Uh-huh.
because working with now I'm working with a professor, as I said, I named a few minutes back, Professor Kent Baker.
Uh-huh.
He is 78.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay,
Wow.
yes, and let me tell you, Anita, his energy is unparalleled. I have never seen a person so much meticulous, so much
Mhm.
energetic, so much professional. But it was like this is one profession where you can keep on writing, guiding, or helping people till your last breath. Probably I want to die, writing a paper. That will be my amazing end of this this birth, I would like to say. So
I have
my
no question left actually. You have already mentioned the zest of life, the original why we are born. You have already got to know that this is your purpose and you are going to, I'm sure you will definitely, um, I don't know how much benchmarks you are going to set for other people. And it is really
Press the bell
commendable.
icon
Thank you
on
so
the
much,
YouTube
sir.
app and never miss another update.